Welcome back to another edition of Sit Down Saturday, where we're going to be talking about the Toyfair reveals for 2018. This is a Sit Down Saturday, meaning it is a discussion video, meaning I won't be responding to comments, but I will be reading them, so be sure to leave them and leave your opinions on whatever reveals that you found most interesting or discouraging, which sometimes is still interesting. So let's go. Obviously, we can't cover everything. I'm going to cover everything that I found pertinent to my collection. Hopefully, it aligns with some of you guys. Let's start with Play Arts Kai. I think the Cyclops is fine. I know people are really taken by it. I'm not sure that's the best Cyclops to go with in regards to a super stylized version. I think it looks good for what it is. I'm just not sure about the approach, which takes us to the X-23, and I kind of feel the same way about that. I don't think that this sort of just female Wolverine look of X-23 is everybody's favorite X-23. That's not to say line for line, I know what this is. I know it's supposed to be stylized, and it should be stylized, but I think that the X-Force X-23 is kind of the fan favorite. I mean, even Marvel Legends gets that. And there was a time where I would have said, right after that, if they get it, everybody should get it, but they're kind of kicking ass these days, so let's relax. I just think it's a little curious that Play Arts went with that X-23 as opposed to the kind of what I think is the obvious fan favorite X-23. Still looks good, it didn't lock me in like the X-Force would have. When one cup ain't enough. Let's move on to NECA. The only thing I really want to talk about is I'm definitely in on that Tim Curry It. I am 100% in. I'll put it on a little shelf somewhere, and that'll be that, a one and done purchase that's easy for me to commit to. I think it looks awesome. And, not for nothing, I think it looks scarier than the new It. That's just me. I think it looks more unnerving. Mezco had a ton of reveals. Maybe the most reveals we've seen. Now there's a joke that Pinkerton put me onto, which is that Mezco collectors just collect pre-orders. And I get where he's coming from because they are a little slow on releasing them. But a lot of these look good. A lot of them look goofy. It's that soft goods. I just don't think it translates well in a 1/12 scale figure. Every now and then it works out. Like the Cable is a great example because there's so much sculpted material to Cable. The Flash is another one where it looks great because, once again, all the sculpted material. It's finding that balance, but when they're just wearing these soft goods, sometimes it looks so silly. Like wearing his dad's PJs. And I actually think that doesn't look really that terrible, but it also looks bad at the same time. Like, I get it. The highlights, though, for me are the Cable, and I think this Joker looks pretty cool. I'm not sure how I totally feel about the pants, but from this picture, it seems to look like it's going to be fine. I also think the Hella looks pretty impressive. I'm not sure how I feel about this polka dot Batman, though. Walking around Gotham looking like a disco ball. Let's talk about the Star Wars 3 3/4. The vintage line is back. I couldn't be more excited. I find it a little discouraging that most of the first wave are just Black Series figures and the 3 3/4 Black Series figures repackaged in vintage style packaging, but whatever. I'm in. I'm not going to get the ones I've already got, obviously, but I'll get the Hoth Trooper, the Snoke. I'll pick up the tank, and I need to get that sail barge. That is crazy. It's beautiful. It's a work of art. It's an interesting tactic, too. It's almost like a GoFundMe or a Kickstarter for Hasbro, which I do find slightly irritating, but at the same time, I'm like, you know what? I think while I am initially irritated, I'm not mad at you if you want to do this in the future. If this is how you want to do business, where you put in this pre-order, if it can get funded, you're locked in for the pre-order, you're locked in for your piece. You don't have to worry about hunting it down, and something that you really want will get made. I think that shows the companies adapting to the market in this modern day time where people really aren't buying toys anymore, especially on a retail. You know, like kids don't buy toys. They're buying apps. So you gotta adapt and overcome. And I think this is an interesting sign of that. I dig it. Storm Collectibles. That Goro Mac. I'm 100% in on that. I gotta get more ninjas so you guys can get more Street Fighter figures. And what I find most interesting is this Injustice stuff. I'm a DC guy. You know this. That makes me very excited. And it fits into their fighting game motif, so it like all kind of works, everybody wins. That might be what I'm most excited about from this entire toy reveal, or the possibility of a full line of Injustice figures. I think those character designs are awesome. I think the game is a lot of fun, and I think that it's a really big missed opportunity that nobody has really run it. Figuarts released 4 figures and got out, so here's hoping Storm Collectibles can deliver. But you'll probably end up getting 30 Batman, and then somehow the Street Fighter line will be completely fleshed out. Black Series, I'm not too worried about those solo stuff because I just don't have any attachment to it yet. However, the Gamorrean Guard and Zuckuss look awesome, and that will give you the full line of bounty hunters because they've already announced 4-Lom. You already have a Bosk, an IG-88, and a Boba. So you add Zuckuss and 4-Lom and Dengar, and you got you got a full shelf there, so that's awesome. And I think it looks great. I think the haul though looks great too. I wish that the Black Series would ramp up productivity a little bit. I feel like they have to hold back because they have to wait for movie reveals and all the marketing and all that stuff to catch up. I feel like they might be overplaying their hype a bit. Like, just give the people what they want before the people get tired of waiting. Marvel Legends, which I think might have stole the show, with the exception of the sail barge. I felt like Chris Tucker in Rush Hour. Which one of y'all kicked me? Really impressive stuff. Personal standouts for me, the Build-A-Figure Sauron, Comic Elektra, the Doc Ock looks so perfect. Cloak and Dagger, I've always thought they were an interesting duo. You know, they just always had this like shroud of mystery around them in the Marvel Universe. I remember getting the trading cards as a kid and being like, what are these guys about? And that updated Bishop that for some reason doesn't want to support the bottom part of his gun. I am taking an issue with the oversaturation of Deadpool though. Like, you gotta relax. We get it. He's a popular character and he says balls and he takes his pants off and like I get it, but like I feel like the Deadpool is going the route of the Kenner Batman in a way where it's like, here's Deadpool in a hat, here's fishing Deadpool, here's build it yourself Deadpool with the tool belt and stuff. Like, I don't need all these Deadpools. I don't need them all to have their own individual release tying up slots in a wave. Like, it doesn't, a lot of these don't make sense. Like the Spider-Man ones, a lot of times they find a way for them to make sense. And I get it because Spider-Man is one of the most popular characters on the planet. But the Deadpool one is tying up a lot of X slots that I feel like we really need characters. Like, it's blocking the dam. There's a lot of X-Men characters that we still desperately need for all the years that they decided not to make them. There's a lot that we need. So I just want, let's just back her down on Deadpool a bit. I get it, the movie, I understand. He's popular, he says balls, he burps, I get it. But let's take it down a notch. And then the Transformers stuff. So I'm guessing this is gonna wrap up the Powder Primes. That's what we like to call them. I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like Hasbro makes a lot of great stuff. They push a lot of the envelopes, but when it comes to their own properties, it's almost like they don't believe in themselves. I feel like you're getting a bunch of movie stuff that I don't care about. I guess it looks fine, you know, to be objective. But you know, like, here's the thing with the movie stuff, and we might be having a movie sit down Saturday here pretty soon if the rumors surrounding the Bayverse getting axed are true. We'll talk about it. But for right now, I haven't seen any real confirmation. I've just seen the absence of information, not the information itself. Real quick, let me wrap that up real quick before people start not understanding what I mean. They rattled off this list of Hasbro stuff, Hasbro property movies that were coming, and Transformers wasn't listed. So people are assuming it's done. But until I hear them say we're rebooting in a press release, I'm not believing it. But like, I guess like the Starscream looks like the Ratchet, the Prime, Megatron, the Grimlock. Like, I don't know, man. I just don't know. Like, that's the thing about the movie designs. And like, if you like it, dude, cool, you win. Like, I'm not trying to make you not like it. I'm just expressing how I feel about it. Like, somebody recently said in the Barricade video, like, what a surprising pile of odds and ends. Like, it's just, I'm not sure if the figures can ever look all that bad because I'm not sure we even know what the characters look like. Like, I think we have a general idea of what the characters look like, but they're just a pile of meshed up parts. It's like a trash compactor sneezed in the form of a body. So, like, yes, like, they look like the characters, but, like, to be honest, I couldn't tell you where they were off, and I couldn't really tell you where they were on because I don't even know if I know what they look like because it just really is a confusing visual design. But the good news is if you like it, you're getting more of it, so enjoy. I think it's cool for the mainline collectors that you're getting like the Moon Racer and the Nova Star and like the Alita 1 and all. Like, I think that's all cool. I think for people that, for folks that have committed to that kind of brand, like, to get those characters is rewarding. And while I think they kind of look par for the course, like, they look good enough, they look like they're in line with what else is being represented by that company, like, I am happy for you. Like, sincerely happy for you. Like, that's pretty cool. I'm not impressed with it, but I can appreciate someone that's been into this line for so long finally getting very obscure characters. It's like getting the Wolfman at the Cantina for a Star Wars collector. It's like, sweet, dude, Wolfman! It doesn't matter if it looks great or not, it's just finally getting that representation. So, I think it's cool. I think it's bold. Kind of bold for Hasbro because it's such an obscure character. But you know what? I'm happy they did it. But it can't always be puppy dogs and rainbows. Not when we got this thing walking around looking like it does. It looks fine. It looks fine. In combine mode, it looks fine. You know, I think that if you're gonna collect it, you're obviously gonna probably want it in combine mode. So you get it in combine mode, you put it on your shelf with the rest of that stuff, and you'll be fine. I think it's pretty good, but not combined. It's not so much. What's going on with that lion? Somebody should tell that guy stop being such a square. You know what I mean? It looks like made out of silly putty, and God just went boop, boop. It's really like the cowardly lion would not be afraid of this lion. You ever heard this thing roar? It's pretty scary. Maybe it grew up in New York in a cardboard box, like where you used to walk by and see like all the cats, like kittens for sale. Like it grew up in the box, but it just got too big, and it just sort of started taking the shape of the box itself. Real talk, who you think wins in a fight between this cat and Oliver from Oliver & Company? You gotta remember, Oliver from Oliver & Company rolled with a squad too. And I'm not sure what's more dangerous, Tito or any of these guys. It just doesn't look dangerous, man. It doesn't look threatening. It just looks like it wants to celebrate life and purr. But he's not the worst of the set though, is he? Dude, what is hanging off of these guys' backs? What is that about? The memes have been crazy. This guy looks like a parachuter. Whoa, that kid's got asthma. Get that kid or headstrong. Going for a little hike, are ya? Looks like the hunchback of Cybertron. Wait, what is that on his dum 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 dum. I mean, but to be fair, it is G1 accurate. I didn't know there was elephants in the Predacons. That trunk hanging off the back. It's got a bigger trunk in the back than Chrysler New Yorkers. Blowing that thing to protect yourself from the orcs. It's the horn of Gondor. Looks like duct work. Like in a building under construction. Got the Predacons out here looking like the Kardashians. Anyway, that about wraps it up. Thanks to Tyler Rev, Extra Zero. That's where I got most of those memes from. It looks fine combined. That's the golden, the silver lining, I guess. Sheesh. Yikers Island. But yeah, a lot of impressive reveals, all things being equal. Looks like it's gonna be a good year. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.